Hey guys, I'm Tarnak, and in this video I'm going to be doing my first ever album review. This time I'm going to be doing a review of Requiem by KoRn. So if you don't know who KoRn are, they're the band who revolutionised metal as a music type and opened up many new genres of metal. They're said to be the band that pioneered the metal genre, the new metal genre. Their self-titled album came out in 1994. It was their debut, and it was an instant hit among the metal community of the world. And this is my review of their 14th album, Requiem, which came out on February the 4th of this year. Let's get straight into it. I'll be doing a track-by-track review saying what I did and didn't like about the song, giving an overall rating out of 10, and then when I'm done, I'll give an overall rating of the album and my favourite and least favourite songs. Let's get started. Okay, so the first song off of this album is Forgotten. One thing I liked about this song was the way that the vocals bounced off of Jonathan Davis's growling and third octave clean singing. But something I didn't like so much about the song was the main riff. I like it, it's good, but it just never seems in time to me until the end of each repetition of it. So there are good things and bad things about it. So as a result, I give the song a good 7 out of 10. The second song on this album is Let the Dark Do the Rest. Now, one thing I absolutely loved about this song was the intro and intro riff. It just starts really creepily, like something you might find off of one of their earlier albums, like Dead Bodies Everywhere from Follow the Leader. It just starts like that, and then the main riff kicks in and just smacks you. It's just amazing. It's a great experience to listen to, especially for the first time. Something I didn't like too much about the song was the second part of the bridge after the second chorus. It just seems a little out of place. The third octave pitch control on Jonathan's vocals is just great, but it just seems a little bit out of place for me as a whole. Overall though, I love the song as it is. Most parts harsh and pummeling, but melodic and easy to get behind, to give this song a good 8.5 out of 10. Okay, so the third song from this album is Start the Healing. So this was the first song released prior to the album. So one thing I liked about the song was, this is going to sound strange to most if not all of you, but the way that the vocal melodies and the section riffs seem to just complement each other really well. Like, really, really well. Can't really think of anything I disliked, but something I wasn't as much a fan of was the lower shouty parts of the chorus vocals. I feel like there was a missed opportunity there to maybe scream it or growl it with a lot more distortion. Still great section though, don't get me wrong. As a result, Start the Healing gets a solid 8 out of 10 from me. Okay, so the fourth song on this album is Lost in the Grandeur. The same as in Let the Dark Do the Rest, I love the intro riff. It's heavy and the whammy mute effect on it is just brilliant. It's on point. And the rest of the song is pretty good too, with the melodies and riffs working really well together. It's overall a pretty good song, but the main riff alone is what stood out for me really. As a result, Lost in the Grandeur gets a good 7 out of 10 from me. Okay, and coming in fifth, we have Disconnected. We're halfway through the album now, and it's showing no signs of deteriorating. Disconnected is such a good song too. I've just realised I said Disconnected. I don't know which one it is. I can't remember anymore. It's just got a great chorus and a great breakdown, and they're just great. I just feel like overall, especially in the breakdown, just with all of the vocals as a whole though, I just feel like Jonathan Davis could have used them a bit more harshly. It would have worked a lot better. Still great though. So for this, overall I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. Okay, and for the sixth track on this album we have Hopeless and Beaten. Now from what I could tell from listening to it, it carries a lot of emotion, especially in the vocals and in the verses. So that was something I really liked about it, as I find that emotion, especially in metal music, it carries a lot of power to it and it really adds to the effect of the songs. Something I didn't really like was the chorus too much, because it's a great chorus, it just has a lot of melodies which kind of carry over each other and it's just really hard to follow. Still really good though. As a result, I give the song 7 out of 10. Okay, so for the seventh track on this song we have Penance to Sorrow. Now one thing I really liked about this, above all others, was that it sounds like it would have fit right into one of their earlier albums. And that's good because it's kind of like a return to their earlier stuff. While it's a small return, it's still a return. Something that I didn't really like too much about it was I feel like Jonathan could use some more power on his voice to just make it sound all that better. As a result, it just gets a 7.5 out of 10 from me, which is still above some of the others because it is better in some ways than some of the others. But still, yeah, 7.5 out of 10. Good song. Now the eighth song on this album is My Confession. Now for me, most of the riffs are really good, especially the one in the second part of the verses. The vocal melodies on the verses, to me, are also one of the best parts. They just fit so well. I can't really think of anything similar to some of the other songs. I can't really think of a way to fault it, but in this instance, I really can't say anything about it. So, because of this, I give it a good 8 out of 10. It was a very good song. And finally on this album we have the 9th track, Worst Is On Its Way. Now the first time I listened to this song was with one of my best friends, so thank you bro for giving me my first lesson of that, you know who you are. The chorus of this song is just amazing, I love it. It's heavily melodic, emotionally deep without being too soft on the instruments. And now there's the part where I have to fault the song. I found the verses a little bit boring, to be honest. I don't know why really. It's a great song, but it's just the verses just seem to bore me slightly. I'm sorry, KoRn, I don't know why that is. It just is. Overall, it's just brilliant. I love it. And overall, similar to my confession, I give it an 8 out of 10. Well, that's all the tracks. So, I'd have to say that this album is really good. I'd say I've heard maybe 6 or 7 KoRn songs before I listened to this album, purely for the purposes of this review. And to be fair, this is right up there among them. I do like some of the previous ones better than I do to this one, but this is definitely right up in that list. I'd give the album 8 out of 10. It combines heavy melodics with vocals that are just brilliant, drawing emotion into the music in such a great way. So, well done to KoRn on a brilliant 14th album. Well, that's the end of the video, guys. If you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you have any rock or metal albums that you'd like me to review, type them into the comments and I'll add them to my list. I've already got a suggestion for the next album for me to review and then my own idea for the one after that. But maybe then after that I can do a suggestion from you guys. Let me know if you do have any ideas. And that's the end of the video. Thanks, guys.